back with another video, of course a tutorial. I have Ryder and we are taking down her braid set. Okay guys, so basically what I'm doing here is, of course I'm going to walk you through the whole entire process, but we literally just got finished taking down Ryder's braid. She had a braid set in for about a month, possibly even 6 weeks. And we just took it down. So the first thing that I'm doing is I didn't even detangle it with the comb. I went from table to sink and I wet it down. And the first thing that I'm going to do here is use the Deep Repair treatment by Terri'Elle. And I'm going to apply that all over. You're going to see me begin to detangle it with my fingers just to kind of get the kinks out, separate it, you know, so that way it doesn't also lock before we start the shampoo process. Or even while we're starting the shampoo process, you really want to make sure you're getting those kinks out. And mind you guys, I said we went from table to sink, so her hair is still extremely dirty. It hasn't been cleansed yet, but it was extremely dry when we took those braids out from the extension. So I really want to replenish her moisture before I just take her dry, brittle hair and apply shampoo on top. You want to kind of moisturize her hair. That's the whole purpose and point of conditioning first, especially treating the hair first with a proper treatment. Now at this point, after I'm done kind of detangling and getting through some of the knots and tangles that we may have in Ryder's hair, I took my comb and I want to thoroughly at this point go from the ends up to the roots, all over the front, the back, the middle, the sides, especially in the middle, guys, where a lot of us tend to ignore it. You really want to detangle the middle, because if you don't detangle it in your in your shampoo process, I'm sorry guys, you can really tangle your hair up. So you really want to just detangle that hair, you know, before you shampoo it, getting all those kinks out. And you'll even notice, even for Ryder to have her braids in for 4 to 6 weeks, there's really not a lot of shedding throughout this whole process. So you're also protecting the hair from breaking by conditioning the hair first. Especially, like I said guys, coming from out of a braid set, that's important because your hair is of course lacking moisture. It's dry, it's thirsty, you know, you haven't shampooed it, you're coming out of braids, it's like, hello, can I get a glass of water? So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing here. We're going to allow the Deep Repair to set. I'm gonna section it in 4, and again, like I said, I'm making sure it's detangled thoroughly at this point. We're going to section it in 4, and then we're going to let that sit. It's always good. Children can even go under a steamer, they can go under at-home dryer, you know, salon homes, whether you're home or at your salon home, it's always good to kind of, you know, do those measures. So yeah guys, we're just taking these sections, making sure everything is, like I said, our hair is still dirty, but I wanted to pre-treat first, so I'm just making sure everything is really detangled and manageable for us to give her treatment. And sectioning, guys, is very important. You always want to section your hair. You always want to work with hair in sections. You never just want to have it all out and about, because you can kind of get lost, especially if you're not a professional. You really want to section hair. Okay guys, so as I'm showing you, it's still dirty. I'm pinpointing that to you in the video because I want you to see that. But like I said, I really wanted to capture basically how it's still dirty, but I want you guys to see that, you know, we need to pre-treat first. Okay guys, so after treating and letting your daughter's hair sit under a steamer or dryer, you basically want to take her back to the sink and let your 4 sections down. Still running your hands through it. I even took that comb, detangling it, because now we're going to pretty much start our shampoo process. So you really want to make sure everything is detangled. No tangles are in there. It's nice and smooth. Take each section down. It should be feeling nice and warm and fuzzy and curly and thick and anything else. So yeah, and just detangle. That's important guys, detangle. And then we're gonna begin rinsing. Kind of want to just rinse that out with warm water all over. Get that out very thoroughly. Rinse that conditioner out good, because what you don't want to happen is you don't want it to have buildup even after your shampoo, because if you don't shampoo well enough or rinse well enough, it, product does sit. So you really want to be mindful of that. Rinse well, that rinse. Make sure you rinse really, 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 really well. Open that hair up. Just get all in there, especially the middle, and rinse. And this is before we haven't even shampooed yet, guys. So we still have to go into shampooing the hair. Do a very thorough rinse, guys. All in the middle, get all in there. Now at this point, guys, we are about to shampoo. We are using our Terri'Elle Moisture Shampoo first, of course, because like I said, Ryder's hair was, dry coming out of the braids. So you really want to just make sure you're replenishing the hair. Moisture, I always tell you guys, is very important. Even though Ryder's hair is naturally, I don't want to say oily, when her hair is out in its natural state, but it can get oily. So yeah. So right here we're cleansing. This is our cleansing process. We are cleansing very thoroughly. We are doing the back, the front, the sides, the middle, all of that, guys. You have to really, really get it. Because I'm a professional, I only shampooed her hair twice, but for my non-professionals, for my people who are just learning, hey, even for some of you professionals, to be honest, some people need to be shampooed 3 times. 3 times sometimes could be very important to the hair. So just know your client, know what type of hair you're dealing with, and that'll kind of determine how many times you need to shampoo the hair, because at the end, the result that you want is to have clean, luxurious hair. That's the whole key and the whole point. So let's go ahead and rinse Ryder's first shampoo, and that was with Terri'Elle's Moisture Shampoo. And like I said, because Ryder does not have necessarily extremely dry hair, I'm gonna go ahead and use that volume shampoo for the next one, because I don't want her hair to be too over moisturized, especially because I used the deep repair first. So you're going to see me kind of break that up and use the volume shampoo the next time, this time. And this is also assure that I have all the debris, dirt, and everything else that I need out of her hair. And this is when you know the hair is really clean, because it lathers up very well. It suds up very well. And I used about 2 to 3 pumps of volume shampoo, and it's doing really, really good. So this is when I'm going to just get all in there, in the back, middle, the sides, especially the middle and the sides. The whole head is important, but just get all in there, guys. Assuring that that shampoo is great. All in there. Yes, guys, shampooing is important. It's very important. You gotta get all in there. She had those braids in for a while. But yeah, guys, even though it's a speeded up video, I really took my time and gave her 2 great, shampoos. You guys, when you shampoo hair, you don't wash hair. Let me just throw that in there as I rinse out Ryder's last shampoo. Shampooing is called shampooing, guys. You wash clothes, you shampoo hair. So you don't wash your hair, guys. You're shampooing your hair. Just thought I'd, throw that out there for you guys. Okay, so we are thoroughly rinsing all of the shampoo out at this point. of Ryder's hair. Thoroughly, guys, thoroughly. When your water runs clear, that's when you know all of the product has been eliminated basically from your hair. There's no more product in the hair. So if you see that water running clear and you know, okay, I'm pretty much good to go, then you know you're great. Okay, guys, so now I'm finishing her off with the Terri'Elle moisture conditioner. And I didn't use the deep repair afterwards because, like I said, Ryder hair isn't damaged. If her hair was extremely damaged, I would use a deep repair before and after. So the products and the way you use them really depends on what the hair needs. You always want to pay attention to what the hair needs, you know. And being as though she's 8 years old, you also don't want to focus on trying to deposit too many things into the scalp of a child because they're still growing and still developing, and you don't want to kind of stud their growth. You don't want to over moisturize their scalp because a lot of times you can cause thinness and breakage that you won't even see at 8 that can occur at 16 and things of that nature. So you really want to be mindful, you know, product usage, what type of products you're using and how much of it you're using. All that stuff really plays a major factor in hair growth. Yeah, especially when you get older. So always keep that in mind, ladies and gents, for my people who have children. You know, we're responsible for their growth. We're responsible for how their hair grows. We're responsible for their curl patterns, you know, at 8 especially. You know, my baby isn't trained enough to take care of her own hair, so it's our responsibility to do such to the best of our ability. And if you can't do it, hey, pay somebody. But if you're going to pay somebody to do it, make sure that you take your Terri'Elle products with you and allow them to use them as they do y'all, you or your child's hair. Okay, guys, so let's thoroughly rinse that moisture conditioner. Thoroughly rinse this out. Take your time. Make sure your product is rinsed all the way out. Make sure your water is running completely clear. Always rinse your final conditioner with cool water. That's why Ryder's face is so frowned up. Your final rinse always has to be rinsed with cool water. It's a must. That's what locks in moisture. That's what keeps it there. That's what keeps your hair soft. You have to. Cool water. Okay, guys, let's get ready. Spotted a little bit more product, so I'm sure I rinsed more. Gotta make sure that water is clear. Okay, guys, so we are at the blow drying parts, and I'm using the Ledoux product. Now, the Ledoux, basically what that does is it depends on what you're trying to achieve with your hair. You can either go straight with the blow dryer, or you can enhance the natural curl with your diffuser. I'm sorry, guys. So Ledoux is like it has like a split personality, and it is excellent, guys. It's excellent. So you're going to see me right here. Whenever you blow dry, you always, like I said before in my other videos, you want to section the hair out. You do not want to just go in and start blow drying. And as you see, I did take just a dime size of the Ledoux, and I placed it all over the hair. But I am going to take my amethyst oil by Terri'Elle and just place not even a dime size, guys, but like you'll see me eventually after I click my clips on, but not even a dime size, guys. Like literally it won't even slide down my hand. I literally just swipe it around on my palm because being as though she is 8, I just wanted to add that little moisture to her hair. Now, if she was an adult, I would have never did this because it would have weighed the hair down. But because our ultimate goal is to not keep the hair out, she's definitely going to get ponytails and stuff tomorrow, but I purposely did that, and especially because we just came out of those braids. So you're going to see me put the amethyst oil on each section of this that I'm starting to begin to blow dry. You guys know my blow dryer, Silverbird, very affordable, great for at-home use. So you guys know with the blow drying technique, you always start from your ends work your way up the hair share. It's very important. Y'all know that's my favorite word, important. It is important and imperative. I'm just joking, guys, but it is important and imperative to start from the ends of the hair and work your way up the hair shaft. Do not just take that blow dryer and rush in anybody's hair or even your own when you're blow drying. That's how you rip your hair out. That's how you get a lot of uneven pieces, a lot of breakage. Be mindful of that, guys. Don't just rush. Just, take your time, especially if you're doing your own hair during this quarantine time that we have. You have nothing but time. So sectioning is important. For all my 9 pros, a simple 4 section is fine. This is just how I professionally and section in my world. I just section and go. But sectioning is important. I don't care how long you've been styling or how long you've been behind a chair or not behind a chair. You cannot just take someone's hair and blow dry it out. You will cause breakage. You won't disperse even distribution of heat throughout the hair, and that's really important because you want to know, how much heat you're producing. To say if we didn't section Ryder's hair and we just started blow drying all over, we could have put an abundance more heat to the right side of her hair than opposed to the left side. So now in turn, you have the right side has more heat and could be damaged. So now as time progresses, you see more shedding. And then when you look 2-3 weeks later, you're wondering why the right side of your hair is thinner than the left side, or so on and so forth. That's just an analogy, but to give a small example, but it can really happen. So that's why sectioning is important, and even heat distribution is very important because sectioning allows you to do that. Evenly distribute the heat. So, like I said, guys, I'm just going from the ends and working my way up. I'm not staying in one section for too long. You have to keep going. You work your way around, and then you'll see me work my way back around to the other side. This is how you keep your curl pattern. This is how you avoid having a lot of those straight heat damaged pieces from working with the blow dryer. Especially, guys, I don't care how trained your hair is. Blow dry your hair with a blow dryer. Do not initially blow dry your hair with the brush unless you are extremely trained and you need that training to your hair. If you have a blow dryer, use a comb attachment. Alrighty, guys, so we are done blow drying. Let's get into this heat work. So here you're gonna see me just start to section the silly girl out. Flat iron time, guys. So I'm still, like I said, I'm sectioning the hair out here. It's very important, sectioning. 2 in the front, and I usually leave the back free, but you always, if you're not a professional, guys, you always want to at least give yourself 4 sections. So I have 2 and I have the whole back out, but at least section that if you're not a professional into another half, so that way you could just kind of have a cohesive sound planned as to, a cohesive mind as to what the heck you're doing. But yeah, so let's get started. We are just pressing here. I kind of sped it up for you guys because, I have a pressing technique in a previous video. Everyone, if you know me, if you don't know me, how I press, you get 3 hits at the root and 1 pass, especially if you're a baby. My goal is not to train her hair to stay straight. The goal is just to give her hair a little bit of heat distribution so that I could trim her ends, just to see how the health of her hair is overall. All of that stuff, it really matters. It's important. So sometimes you need a little heat check. You need that heat to straighten out your baby's hair so that you can see what's going on with her hair. How does it feel? How does her hair work when you're using heat? It's really important. So you're going to see me 1, 2, 3, 1 pass. If you ever see me let off and come back on with the comb again, that's because I'm pretty much probably about to pick up where I just let off with the flat iron and the comb. 1, 2, 3, 1. See how I just did that? 1 pass. And that's all she's gonna get. Sometimes I'll take that flat iron if I see a little crinkle at the root and I'll go back in, but 1, 2, 3, 1 pass. That's it. That's all a baby ever needs. 1, 2, 3, 1 pass. And apply pressure, ladies, because if you're not applying pressure to that hair, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time with that flat iron. That's why you be needing to do 2 and 3 passes, because you're not applying pressure with that flat iron. If you just squeeze that one good time going down, you shouldn't need any hair for 2 weeks unless you went swimming. So yeah. 1, 2, 3. And here goes my 1 pass. And if you just look closely right here, you'll see that nice shine. You can definitely see it back there, guys. Alrighty. So here I'm all done pressing through Ryder's hair. And then I just wanted to clean her ends up. In my world, my professional world, and this is just how I trim, guys, I clean the ends up. You don't always have to go in and hold the hair up on 90-degree or 45-degree angles, because then you're self-layering the hair. In my world, I clean the ends up. And if your hair is growing properly and being taken care of properly, you should not have a lot of split ends in your hair anyway. It should be like literally on the ends. There should be no reason why you have to get self-layered as a trim. So you're just going to see me clean her ends up. Do really good with Ryder's trims for the most part. And yeah, pretty much done pressing her out. So I'm just going to add a few curls just to finish it off, guys, for the video. And just to show you also too how our edge control works at the end. Yes. And I'm just going to take a little bit of that, put it of course on the back of my hand, and just do her edges. Typically, guys, when you use our edge control, it's always best to use it and then try to get like a scarf or a piece of Sanex or something, or edge scarf, something you could tie it down with. Because guys, if you just tie it down right after you lay our edge control, oh my goodness, it lasts for like the whole day, if not longer, to be honest. Whether you sweat or anything, like the edge control is so bomb if it's used correctly. You have to use it correctly. You can't just put it on and then go or run around the gym because it's going to sweat. If you use this edge control, tie it down with your edge scarves, I'm telling you, it will have your hair laying all day. You know, these little children like the baby hair. I'm totally not into that, but I tried for her. And only because I'm doing this video, I'm just going to take a little bit of air control, a little bit of my Terri'Elle air control, and I just broke it down with a little oil so that it wouldn't be so hard, just to help get the flyaways away. And I'm just going to add a little curl to her hair. Just a quick curl. Guys, even if you do this to your baby once every 6 months, just to help train her hair, just to keep the, you know my word, integrity of her hair, to keep the nice shape of her hair, the healthiness of your child's hair, it'll go a long way. We won't have to grow up with a lot of us how we complain because our moms gave us relaxers and, you know, because we didn't know what to do as women. Twice a year, once a year, guys, you could do this. You will not jeopardize your child, the integrity of your child's hair. I'm telling you. Then, guys, tonight, all I'm going to pretty much do is wrap it. Then tomorrow, I know she's probably going to wear and wear out, but eventually we'll either go into a bun, ponytails. I'm going to allow her hair to have a full-on break. Because like I said, we just came from braids for about 4 to 6 weeks. Versatility is important. She likes her hair. I think she's gonna shake the room. So yep, we're pretty much done, guys. You know, I always appreciate you, and I always try to give you the full on honest truth when it comes to natural hair care, relaxed hair care, any type of hair care, guys. I hope I see you soon.